Welcome to On Point, the only real and unscripted talk show that educates, motivates, and inspires. Featuring interesting topics on health, finances, real estate, education, technology, politics, legal issues, and more. What's up, everyone? It's me, your boy Deli, and I'm excited because I have my dear friend here. He goes by the name of Psyche of Sound, and we met on an Uber ride actually.
Yes.
And we stayed in touch. And he's a great artist, originally from Pennsylvania, reside in Jersey. What's up, my man?
What's up? I'm happy to be that I could finally sit here. It's amazing.
Yes, I'm grateful that you're here, man. Now, let's talk music. Let's talk about your art because you're a great artist, and I am living proof of that because I've watched some of your videos online, and you're doing your thing, man.
Sometimes.
You ought to be. You're always doing your thing, and that is to be commended. Now, tell our viewers. Who is Psyche of Sound?
Psyche of Sound is a visionary. I see it, I create it. So that started off, I was always into music, but the visuals have always been a big part of the music because when I think of a song as I'm writing it, I see the video, I see the outfits, I see the stage, everything all in one. So sometimes when it doesn't get completed in that way, it's kind of like a downer.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to put everything together as I do it. So I'm just a visionary. Music is what puts the picture together. It's the pictures is resolved around the music, but I'm a visionary.
That's awesome, man. You also play several instruments?
Yeah.
What are the instruments that you play?
Guitar is my go-to just to get the sound out because I can hum something and just play it. But when I'm doing production, I'm always at the piano, the keyboard to lay the different tracks down. Of course, the bass guitar, and my favorite instrument is my Zen drum, which is basically a MIDI controller that was designed for drummers to stand up and play drums away from the drum set and straps on like a guitar. But I more so play it like a sampler or a piano, but it's a touch sensitive, beautiful piece of equipment, and it's my favorite thing to play.
That's great, man. I saw you on some of your video playing that thing. But all right, here's what we're gonna do. Before we go any further, we want to play one of your songs, and the song that I would like to choose for the first song is "We Are Love."
Yes.
Because that song, I listened to that song and I watched the imagery and everything, and I think for my viewers, they're gonna enjoy this one because it's a very strong, positive song as far as the lyrical content, and we need more of this kind of music today. So we're gonna pause right here and we're gonna play you "We Are Love" by Psyche of Sound.
I don't wanna change the world, I just wanna change your mind. People all over the world, open up your heart. What you sitting waiting for if this is what you made for? Love, your love. So what you contemplating for if this is what you prayed for? Love, your love. Oh, how can I hate my brother? Oh, better yet, lie on his name, lie on his name. We were made for each other. differences, so much culture. So we can't go on like this if we want a future. Nah, we are the ones to break the chains. We are the ones to make a change. We are what we are, and we are who we are, and we are the world. I don't wanna change the world, I just wanna change your mind. People all over the world, open up your heart. How can I hate my brother? Or better yet, lie on his name, lie on his name. We were made for each other. Even though we're not all the same, what you sit here waiting for, if this is what you made for, love, your love. So what you contemplating for, if this is what you pray for, love, your love. Oh, we are love, we are, we are love, we are love, we are love, we are love.
All right, that was the song "We Are Loved," and let me tell you, man, I truly love the video, bro.
Thank you.
You did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Now let me tell you, you produced this video yourself.
Yes.
You pretty much put the entire.
The entire video myself.
together.
So what I was trying to accomplish, like I was walking down the street one day when that song came to me, and I had it's playback off of a song I had on my last album called "Change the World."
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that I don't want to change the world. Who doesn't want to change the world? But when I thought about it, looking at the world and all the things that are going on, like culture to me is probably the most beautiful thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't want to change. So then the first line of the song is I don't want to change the world. I just want to change your mind. So like I'm saying, like if we can all just kind of get along in a certain kind of way, and we love each other's culture. We're all the same, and that's what the video tries to show. We all have families. We all love. We all laugh, and we all cry. So it's like, we all pray, whether we pray differently. We all have the same type of things we do every day. And I don't want to change that. I just want to change the way we think about each other. And that's kind of sort of what the song is. So doing the video, a lot of the video footage is actually mine, and then what's not mine was I got some stuff from stock photography and things like that. But I did get footage from my cousin Brooke. She's traveled to Africa and Uganda. I got footage from Dominican Republic and when I was in some of the trips that I've taken, and different festivals. I was at my friend's wedding instead of Pakistani, so I have a lot of the footage for myself, and then I just filmed my parts.
Yeah, the video show a lot of the diversity and culture, which is awesome, man. Now, tell me about your what is your creative process like? How does it start and how does it end? Let's say you're working on a song. What's that whole process like?
It does vary. It varies. I mean, specifically, like, what do you mean, like a song like "We Are Love"?
Like a song, "We Are Love."
"We Are Love" started off, of course, like I said, I was walking down the street and I literally started singing, and I record myself sometimes. Sometimes I post it. Lately, I've been posting them on my Instagram, but I used to just always record myself to get the same harmonies and remember those things. And I literally was walking down the street and I saw everybody. I was looking at different people walking down the street and I started singing that. So into that, now I'm hearing sounds. So when I got home, I started laying the piano parts down, the guitar parts down. Teamed up with a friend of mine, James Mano, producer, and he put some cool little instruments and stuff in there. And then that started trickling into the video because I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, and I love the way he did, Man in the Mirror and things like that. I was like, I really want to show the world, and the logo and the graphic I made with the heart in the world. I wanted, instead of making the world, a sphere, I was like, it'd be great if I can actually make it a heart. Yeah. So I mean, it starts piecing together piece by piece by piece, and then you see the vision, and then you just put it. You just do it.
Nice. Now, who would you say is your biggest musical influence?
Prince.
I could tell.
Prince. I mean, because the reason why
I could tell, but I wanted to.
My reason for Prince, and the reason why I can say that without a heartbeat, is because of his diversity. I felt like it grabbed me more. The fact that he can do a straight ahead R&B record, and then do something like Get Off, where he says there's some rap stuff in there, and then also go straight ahead rock. And I was like, that's what I want to be. I don't want to be labeled this, or this. And I come from a little different era, and so I do have a stronger hip hop, urban background than he may have had. I don't know what he had in Minnesota, but but he's definitely, without hands down, the biggest influence. I mean, Marilyn Manson's in there, and of course Michael Jackson. So it's all mixed up, but Prince is hands down the one.
Now, you've also done some tours.
Yeah.
Where are some of the places that you've toured? And
I've been throughout different cities in the U.S., but overseas, I'm in the St. Kitts. I've been to Dominican Republic. So I mean, like, I'm looking to do more into. I want to see if I can get to Japan and some other places, but that's the goal for this year and the next year, to try to really reach to a different audience and just reach out.
It's awesome. And let's see, who are some of the artists that you've had an opportunity to either meet or tour with?
A lot of people I've met. It's people I want to tour with that I haven't toured with, but I've met, and worked with people. I've met, Drew Hill. I've had the pleasure of being in the studio with Jazz and watch him work. Just to see him sing was amazing. Just because I thought the CD was playing the first time. I was like, he's not really in there doing that. You're not doing that, are you? And that was pretty amazing. But I mean, my uncle is an artist, and that's probably where some of that came from. He wrote "Never Can Say Goodbye" for the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
And so, it's always been like, I never worked with him on anything, but having that in my head growing up was always like a thing. Like, I always wanted to kind of write, and that's what kind of probably triggered the energy for me wanting to really be an artist. And my brother was always a songwriter too, so
so it runs in the family.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have my family has always, whether it be sports or music, it's always been something that's been there.
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. Now, you write songs, right? You are a songwriter.
I would say first I'm a songwriter.
First, you're a songwriter.
Before I picked up any instruments, I was writing songs.
Okay. Now, tell me about the Zen drum, because I've seen you on YouTube playing that thing, and I'm actually fascinated by it, because I've never really seen that instrument until I see you with it. Who developed it? Do you know the history of it?
Well, I know there's a gentleman in Atlanta, Georgia. His name is David Haney. He and there's a guy named Future Man who plays for Bella Fleck and the Fleckerstones. And they kind of developed this gadget. Well, I'm calling it a gadget. It's definitely a musical instrument, but to me it's a gadget as well. And it's amazing because it's a touch sensitive. I mean, these buttons don't move, but you hit them certain.
Oh, the buttons don't move?
They don't move.
I thought you pressed them.
No, you press them with your fist.
I thought
no, but it's so each one. If you think of a drum set spread in front of you, I mean, there's toms, there's hi hats, there's so much going on, and to have it all at your fingertips is pretty ingenious. It's pretty amazing, and you can change them at the click of a button to a whole different drum kit. Now, name a drummer that can sit up there and play and roll in a whole new drum set. You can't do that. Right. I mean, you can do digitally, but even though it's digital, it's because it's touch sensitive and because you can layer them. Okay. If I hit it soft, it can be on the same pad. Oh. So you can. It's very much an instrument. It's probably closer to what a piano originally is. Piano is one of the first instruments that you can play soft and loud. Okay. Pianoforte is the original name for piano. And the Zen drum is the same way. So if you hit it soft, it plays soft. If you hit it loud, it plays loud. And you can adjust the velocity of that. But what I loved about it was when I first saw it. It had no sounds. Like there's no. Basically, it's a controller.
Mm-hmm.
So if I plug it into my piano, I can play the piano. If I plug it into my MPC,
Oh, really?
yeah, I can play the samples on my machine, on my PC. I've hooked it up to my iPad. I've hooked it up to different things, and you'd be surprised because it's MIDI signals. It's sending MIDI signals.
Now, let me ask you this. You have a song that's called The Beginning of Now.
Mm-hmm.
What were you thinking? How did that song come about? What is the concept behind that particular
It was my
song?
Zen drum. It was me saying to myself, like, okay, I'm going to start really showcasing that. Because, like, I do the graphics thing, and I only got into graphic design for my music.
Okay.
But
okay.
as the years come and get work jobs and people, friends need this, and
Yeah.
you know, and you lose why I got it into graphics because I wanted to make my CD covers and I wanted to make the graphic backgrounds. Like I was like, I'm not going to be able to afford these huge
Right.
graphic walls. I'm going to have to create it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So the beginning of now is like saying, okay, now is the beginning of you seeing me match finally again my music and my graphic abilities. And that's what you're seeing in that video when I'm playing the Zen drum and the spaceships are flying, and you know, so that's kind of sort of what
I thought I was
trying to-
watching a movie production.
Yeah,
for me.
well, I mean, it
You
took
did
me
an awesome job,
Oh,
man.
it took me less than a day to make.
Less than a day.
Yeah, easy.
Wow.
It's easy work, but it's like I was just trying to showcase all the Zen drum stuff was done in one take. Of course, I'm shooting a video, so you do see me split the and show two different Zen drums because I have a few different models.
Okay.
But the music was done at one take, no tracking. It was just all live. I played everything live, but I wanted
Awesome.
to show visually, you know, what is possible as well.
Nice, nice, nice. So right now we're gonna pause again and watch you on your Zen drum doing your thing. This one is called The Beginning of Now.
Psyche of Sound. Psyche of Sound.
All right, so let me ask you, you are a dad
Yes,
to a beautiful girl?
2 girls.
2 girls. Oh,
Yes.
I thought you had one child.
Yeah, well, I have 2 childs. Child, please.
2 child.
I have 2 childs.
How do you find the balance between, you know, creating music and you know, performing?
I'm a kid at heart. I've always been.
Okay.
And when it's funny because I don't know if it's just because my mama's your fault. You know, when I was little, I was get out. You know, you always had to get out the room with the old folks. But you know, like if there's a group of adults and then there's kids in the other room, I tend to like want to go and play with the kids.
Oh, okay.
I just like I like the silliness. But of course now they're mine. I have mine. My nieces and nephews, and when it comes to my daughters, I just like to have fun and be silly, and you know, there's no judgment. It's just like I'm just being silly. I'm
Right,
playing, and
right.
It is what it is. So there's a balance, but at the same time, it's also, you know, you playing your guitar and you singing and dancing with them and making it fun for them. So
Okay.
it doesn't feel like, oh, he's not paying attention to me. It's like, no, I am. I'm singing to you. So you can
Right.
make, you know, a lot of people, I have friends, you know, they have kids or families and married, and they think, okay, now it's time to get on with my life. It's like music you know, everyone listens to music. You know, you never have to stop creating it. I can be a songwriter at 8
And
years
also,
old,
I
you
think
know?
I think that helps them create. That helps them develop an appreciation,
Yeah.
for, not just for your music, but for music in general.
For sure,
You know?
for sure, and you know, and things they may like or not like, you know, and you can help them with that, you know. The other day I was playing Old MacDonald on the guitar because I never played it before, but you kind of, you know, it's on the radio, you know, it's on the
Right.
TV. It's like, and so I play it and then dun 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 and E-I-E-I-O. So it's like they're learning at the same
Right.
time you're learning. So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a challenge.
That's
and
good.
I embrace it.
Now, as an artist, I feel that most, if not all, artists look at the state of the world, the current state of the world, and figure out in their heads or in their minds what they can do to contribute to the upkeep or the good part of whether mankind, humanity, or climate change or something. What is your view of the world as we know it?
The world is, it's a lot going on that's bad. There's also a lot going on that's very good. And I think, yes, we need to address the bad things. And I addressed things in We Are Love because I was trying to more so, instead of talking about the bad, I'd much rather say, we are love. We're meant here to love, God is love. So at the same time, I have a video called I'm What? And it's an acronym for if Martin was here alive today. Martin as in Martin Luther King. And, would he be proud of us as black people? Or what would he think of me? And I make a reference in the song about the N-word, and I say, would he be happy that I'm answering to that? Like, yeah, what up, my nigga? Would he be happy that I'm responding to? Yeah, what's up? Like, would that make him proud? Because we, as black people, tend to take lemons and make lemonade, which I think is probably the most beautiful thing in the world. You put us in the ghetto. You say, you're in the ghetto. We glorify it. Hey, well, I'm from the ghetto. Now you're like, oh, these guys are from the ghetto.
I know, right?
We make
Yeah,
it, turn it into hip hop, and we make it beautiful. You give us the N word, call us that name. It's like, oh, we flipped it on you now. Now we call each other that, and you're mad to be calling you. So like, we've done it in every aspect, you know. And I think that's a beautiful trait, but at the same time, it can be dangerous in some ways for certain things. And I think there needs to be a control element in some way, just to know. Certain things, because stereotypes are stereotypes, but I think that my job is not so much to tell people what they should or shouldn't do. Exactly. It's more so just to be an outlet for something else. Like I said, okay, well, yeah, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I may have used this word or I may have done this, but at the same time, let's try to help each other. Let's try to build. Let's try to be greater. Let's give the next generation something greater.
Right.
So that's kind of sort of it. And if you're about hurting people, and another reference to the song "I'm What" is, it's like today I can be getting kicked down the street, and I feel like people will just pull their cell phones out instead of calling the police, and they'd be laughing or, oh, look at my man getting kicked down the street. Like, and I think that's where the negativity and the divide is. Like the younger, I don't want to say younger generation. It's a lot of people on all levels that are doing it because it's about getting clicks and hits. It's about how many clicks can I get for this video. If I get Psyche of Sound getting kicked down the street.
I know, right?
So it's kind of sort of like at some point you're like, come on,
Yeah, there has to be a line drawn.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned stereotypes. Do you think stereotypes can be harmful or detrimental in certain cases?
Yeah, of course. Without a question. Stereotypes are stereotypes. It's exactly that. Even though some people do. I see that a lot of times media or just people in general will find the person that fits the stereotype to the T, and they'll say, "See," and it's not always that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and they do it sometimes in the news. They'll find the one person that does that fits the story and the narrative. If somebody got shot because they're wearing a hoodie, and then somebody steals something, he's wearing a hoodie. Like, look, the hoodie. Like, people have been wearing hoods for years.
But you know what I find interesting? As a driver, I drive, and you'll be driving down the street, you come to the stop sign, and there may be someone of another race pull up the same time you do, and you look, they look at you, and as soon as you look back at them, they're like, I've had that done so many times to me, and in my mind, I'm thinking,
I'd much rather that.
That is sad.
It's sad, but I've been to different parts of down south, and you turn and they don't turn. They're like,
it's like they don't
it's
see
very
you, right?
uncomfortable. It's like, I'd rather you just turn. But the thing is, that's your perception, and it could mean. It could mean, oh, they're scared, or oh, but it also can mean oh, he sees me looking at him, and it could just be like maybe they thought you looked nice, you know. We can't look at it in the worst way. I'm just looking at it in a positive way.
Well, I guess it's human nature for me. I'm talking about my human nature now. Yeah. For me, it's always negative.
No, I'm just saying, but see, but that's what we do as humans.
Yeah.
We're tending to turn it into a negative when it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
It could be a positive. It can be like, oh, is that my friend? Oh, that's not my friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be a lot of different things. So, like, you know, you just have to flip the narrative and turn it into something.
Positive.
Right? You know, maybe they was like, yeah, it's my homie. Oh no, it's not.
So this being Black History Month, what is your take on the whole Black History celebration? Because for me personally, I don't get caught up in Black History Month because I personally feel that every day of the year is Black History. Mm-hmm. So I don't really set out to celebrate this specific month. What is your take on the whole Black History celebration of the whole? I understand why it is observed by others.
Yes.
But for me, I am always conscious of my blackness. I always try to promote my blackness without even stating it.
And that's you.
That's me.
That's you. So, like, you can look at it that way, and it's the same way some people don't celebrate birthdays. But if you look at it like Valentine's Day, now we should be loving people year round.
Exactly.
But today we're going to appreciate this. Mother's Day, we're going to appreciate you today.
Okay.
You know, because there's so much history. And I agree with you 100% what you're saying, but at the same time, there's so much history, and it's not so much history; it's so much history that we don't even know. You know, you go to school and you learn this. You learn Christopher Columbus' dad. He discovered this, and that's what we're taught. So it's like, you know, I think it was just a way to give back and pay homage to people that did pave the way, people that did invent things. I don't know. I'm not in the school system, but I don't know if they're really doing that and teaching.
I mean, I listen to the radio sometimes, and I'm hearing Black history facts that I had no clue about. Yeah, so I think you're right when you say it's a time to appreciate.
Because it's like, you know, like I said, you can take the time to do it, but we're not doing it year round, and because we're not doing it year round, I think it's great to give a specific time to celebrate people that were at a time couldn't even, probably some of them weren't even allowed to read. You know, they're being celebrated, and by today's people that the way was paved for us. So yeah, so I think it's important. I don't know if everyone utilizes it to its fullest potential.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that it's also a lot of the same things are redundant and I think that. If you, like you said, it should be year round, but year round we should have Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Harriet Tubman should be in our school books year round, and Black History Month should be also, thank you for them, but also show us other people. I feel like it's always every year
the same people.
We're learning about the same, which we already knew about, and we should continue to talk about. But I think that there's so many. It's just so huge. It's so big. There's so many people. I mean, you couldn't give us a day. Yeah. You can't say Black History Day. Like, it's already the shortest, coldest month of the year.
I know, right?
God, it's cold. But I think it's definitely important.
Now, the song "I Am What."
What am I?
What am I? That's pretty much what it's saying.
It's like, I am what. And once again, it's an acronym. If Martin was here alive today, like, what would happen? And that's basically what the song is channeling.
Okay, so we're gonna pause right here and we're gonna watch that video. We'll be back with Psyche of Sound.
Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed.
I think it's time that we learn them right. We was all created equal, and no, it all don't seem the same. But this land for the people, and one day it's all gonna change. For the better, I can only pray that tomorrow comes with a brighter day. But for now we got to bow and pray, and not just on holidays. Don't believe everything that you read and everything you see. No, it ain't decreed. This cruel world kick a man down till he bleed, then crowd around the sea, pulling out they self living in the self zone. They wanna get that clip just to get more hits. Cause the more hits you take, then it's more clicks. Until it's you getting kicked up in the pit. Will it finally click that this whole world's sick? No need to predict the future cause it's far gone. Unless we change that path that we walking on. Cause everybody needs a shoulder to lean on.
Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. Wallow in despair. I have a dream.
We say black is what we proud to be. But I wonder, is black even proud of me? I answer to a name given from the days when we was whipped, chain hung and auctioned as slaves. Some think they hold us down, but they really hold us back. Some think they running things, but they on the wrong track. Looking for the right road with the wrong map. Some say there's no hope, but there's still a few cracks.
To you out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. Black men and white men join hands to work together, to pray together, to struggle together. If America is to be a great nation.
We ain't started, but we gotta end it. If not for you, then for those whom we all descended. Stand up.
I have a dream.
Come on.
Knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. Wallow in despair. I have a dream. To you out of the mountain of despair, a soul of hope. Black men and white men join hands to work together, to pray together, to struggle together. If America is to be a great nation.
If I died today, what would they say about me and who I be? Would they celebrate the great or commemorate the hate? I guess one day we'll see. Would they treat my life's lessons as blessings to give them peace of mind? Or overlook or may continue to walk blind? Time's wasting. This dead weight at the top of your spine. We've entered a state where less than great is what we hate to use our minds. Faith left behind decline with our goals and dreams. Up in arms about arms, shaking hands with wrong teams. Chasing after false masters in the night, hoping to catch a gleam. Promised land, buried in sand. A lost plan, so it seems where's the dream?
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Welcome back. It's your boy Delroy along with
Psyche of Sound.
yeah, that's who he is. And you know, man, I can appreciate your music because it's different from what I normally see out there. And to a certain extent, you remind me of the Purple One, you know, Prince. You know,
Heavy shoes.
Yeah, that's a big shoes to fit.
Small shoes, but heavy. Small little teeny high heel shoes, but they're heavy.
Yeah, but I can see, I can appreciate your music, and I can appreciate the time that you invest in creating those great videos and characters and stuff like that. How do you think of these things? The concept for each song? I mean,
They just come.
It just comes to you.
It's a gift and a curse. It's one of those things where, like, every time I sit down, it's a new song. I do tend to throw a lot of them on my Instagram, which is experimental, you know, but it's literally every time I sit down, it's a new song.
Okay.
So that's why I want, you know, working on getting a publishing situation where I can, you know, bless these other artists with some music, because I just have so much of it. It's water.
You write like every day.
Like,
You get inspired like constantly.
There may be days I dance between doing different things creatively, but for the most part, I'm doing something musical. But you know, it's very easy. Sometimes I may not write for 2 or 3 days, and then I may spend a day where I write 3 or 4. You know, so you know, so it's in not trying to. I'm not like I'm going to write today. Like, I'm literally on the bus and it comes to my head. And
so do you walk around with a tape recorder?
I might thank God for the iPhone. But I mean, I used to carry around a voice recorder, a little video camera, and all this other stuff. And you know, I still write everything down.
Okay.
But yeah, I have my notes, my voice notes. Crazy.
You keep those
It's
close.
crazy. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness, that's talent though. You know, anyone who creates have their style, their process. For me, normally I get an idea for a song in my sleep. a lot of times I wake up and I forget it. Sometimes I get up out the bed and I tape
You
it.
never think that it was a dream as someone else's song? Like sometimes I do that and I'm like, oh, that's someone else's song. That'd be a great idea. I'm like, wait,
Not really.
that's my dream.
Not really. And not just that too. Because I listen to so much music, you kind of know when you're kind of infringing on someone else's property per se.
No, I'm like, I went to the concert, I saw them perform it,
Uh-huh.
and then you wait, that was my dream. Okay, maybe I can use that.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, we're going to wrap this interview up now. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share with any, artists, whether they're visual artists, performing art, any type? that you wanna
Just
share
stay
with-
creative and innovative. I mean, a lot of times, I know there's a lot of different people out there, but years ago it used to be if you were original, unique, that was cool. And I see a lot of people now, like if it's not like something else, it's not cool. So I'm just I like to see people that are creative and innovative and looking to build and work with a lot of different artists on all different levels. Whether I'm just playing my Zen drum in the background or whether I'm singing and rapping with them.
Right.
I just want to say, stay creative and stay motivated. Even people like Prince, he was opening for Rolling Stones and got booed off stage and stuff thrown at him and got called, homophobic remarks. And then 2 years later, Purple Rain happened. So just stay focused and motivated and inspired. Find something that inspires you, because if you're inspired with what you're doing, someone else is going to be inspired.
Exactly.
By that. So that's pretty much.
And you can't have a weak heart when you're following your dreams.
Yeah,
You
if
know?
someone
There gotta be
hates-
people
yeah.
who hate on you. There gotta be people who love
Gotta
you.
be. Everyone don't like God. You gotta look at it like that. Everyone don't like or believe in God. So
Exactly.
how is everyone gonna like or believe in you? So
Well,
you gotta keep it moving.
That's a good point. Now, would you share your social media
Oh yeah, that's right.
information, please?
Delroy.org. No, joking. No, it's Psyche of Sound. That's PSYCHE of Sound, and that you can find the Instagram, you can find the YouTube, you can find PsycheofSound.com, you can find it on Apple Music, you can find it on Amazon, everywhere in the world, except
Alright.
for maybe on I don't know.
And your Facebook?
Yes.
Facebook, everything is Psyche of
I
Sound.
try to keep it all consistent, so
Awesome.
you should be able to
Awesome.
find it. If you go to the website, you'll be able to have the links to everything else, but if you don't go there, you'll find it.
Awesome. Well, my brother, want to say thank you so
Yes.
much.
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
a pleasure.
For sure. We got to do this again
because-
sometime.
Oh, definitely. Next time you come back, you gotta have a brand new album.
I have some more hair, too.
Oh yeah.
I cut my hair,
It's-
by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, he had long hair and he cuts it, and it looks like a teenager again.
Exactly.
All right, man. Thank you again, and we gotta do this again.
For sure.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
This was your boy Deli along with Psyche of Sound signing off.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
This has been another episode of On Point. We're staying on purpose for our communities. In all that you do, remember to keep it on point.